Okay guys, in this video, is a 12-hour fast worth it, or what are the benefits to fasting for 12 hours? Now, I'm Steve and I've lost over £100 and gone from this to this, and intermittent fasting played a huge part in that journey. So let's get into it. Let's answer that question. Is a 12-hour fast worth it, and what are the benefits to fasting for 12 hours? I'm Steve, this is Life at the Whitehouse. Let's get into it. Okay guys, now firstly what I'll say is, in order to get these results, it is a combination of multiple things, whether that be keto, intermittent fasting, exercises. It is a combination of things that has given me them results, and it didn't happen overnight. It's not just one thing or another. In these videos we deep dive into each individual area of that weight loss, just to give you a bit of a better understanding of what was going on, to try and help you a little bit more in your weight loss. Okay guys, now talking about giving you an extra little bit of help, I've linked a few things in the description, whether that be Fitbits, resistance bands or earbuds, just something that I think can give you an extra little push just to get to your next goal along your weight loss journey. So it's all linked down there and it's all on Amazon, so it's easy for everyone. Okay guys, now I'm just going to briefly explain what intermittent fasting is for those of you that don't know. So with intermittent fasting, you have an eating window and you have a fasting window, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. So with your eating window, that is when you'll be consuming calories, and in your fasting window, that is when you'll just be drinking water. Now you'll hear a few terms commonly with intermittent fasting, such as 16 and 8, 18 and 6, 20 and 4, OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, or a 12 and 12, which is what we're going to talk about today. And basically what that means is you'll have, let's say, a 16 and 8. So you'll have 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window. Now this can tend to look like, say you start eating at 12 midday, and your eating window will open up and you will finish eating then at 8 p.m. So you'll have that 8-hour eating window and a 16-hour fast. 8 and 16 is 24. There's 24 hours in the day, and that's just how you break in the day down between an eating window and a fasting window. And the same thing can be said for a 20 and 4 or an 18 and 6, yeah, or a 12 and 12, which we want to talk about today. But that is basically what intermittent fasting is, and it's just giving you a little bit more time to burn some stored body fat. That's what intermittent fasting is all about. Okay guys, so is a 12-hour fast worth it, and what are the benefits to fasting for 12 hours? Now, a lot of people will say that there aren't really any benefits benefits from fasting for 12 hours, but I kind of disagree with that, because I think it teaches you the discipline needed to extend your fast into a 16 and 8 or a 20 and 4. Now commonly I think people will do a 12 and 12 without even knowing it. So say you finish your last meal of the day at 8 p.m. and you eat your breakfast at 8 a.m. Now what you've done there is you fasted for 12 hours, because you've gone from 8 to 8 without eating anything. So that is a 12-hour fast, and you've had a 12-hour eating window from 8 to 8 where you've consumed all your calories and all your meals. Now I think it's beneficial because a 12 and 12 teaches you the discipline, because after your last meal of the day you stop snacking, and you can sort of see a 12 and 12 as a bit of a springboard towards other things, like a 16 and 8, like a 20 and 4, things like that. So I think it's a good starting point if you're a beginner, if you're just getting going with intermittent fasting, and you tend to snack after your last sort of big meal of the day, after your dinner, something like this, and you're snacking just before you go to bed. With a 12 and 12, that kind of takes that away, because now you're like learning the process. You're learning not to snack and nibble on all these sort of naughty things just before you go to bed. And that will help you massively when you step up to a 16 and 8 or a 20 and 4. Okay guys, now because you are fasting for 12 hours, and that's quite a large eating window, but it's also going to give you the opportunity to eat quite frequently, maybe once every 2 or 3 hours. So instead of sort of jumping in at the deep end and going straight for a 20 and 4 or OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, you're just building up gradually towards them things. So having a 12-hour eating window isn't going to scare you away from intermittent fasting. It's just going to give you an opportunity to get going with it, which I think is really good. And in the beginning, you don't need to be jumping in the deep end. Okay, you just take it easy with this and just try and improve just a little bit every single day. Don't try and target perfection. Just try and be a little bit better than you were yesterday, and then over a large period of time you're going to make incredible improvements. But stop trying to chase, you know, absolute perfection. Just be a little bit better than you were yesterday, and then given a large enough amount of time, you know, 6 months to a year, you're going to have a tremendous improvement. But yeah, just start steady and then you can work your way up. Okay guys, now something else that is crucial that I definitely need to mention is caloric maintenance, caloric deficits and caloric surpluses. Okay guys, so with caloric maintenance, let's take an example of someone who needs 2,000 calories to maintain their body weight. Their caloric maintenance is 2,000 calories. Okay, now a caloric surplus in that instance would be something like 2,200 calories, because it's a little bit more than their maintenance, and in that situation that individual will gain weight. If you're in a caloric deficit, in that situation where 2,000 is your maintenance, a caloric deficit would be anything under that, so say 1,800 calories, and then the individual in that situation will begin to lose weight slowly and gradually, which is good. But it doesn't matter if you're having a 12-hour fast, if you're having a 16-hour fast or a 20-hour fast. If you're an individual who needs 2,000 calories to maintain your body weight, and you go ahead and eat 4,000 calories, it doesn't matter if you've been fasting, you're still going to gain a little bit of weight. Okay, so just remember that intermittent fasting is a great tool to help you in your weight loss, but it's not a miracle. So it's not a silver bullet. You still need to be smart in what you're doing. So don't think just because you're fasting you can eat whatever you like and all the cookies in the cupboard and all the donuts in the world, because you're definitely going to gain weight. So just remember that if you want to lose a little bit of weight, you do have to be in a small calorie deficit. And so you do this by eating under your caloric maintenance or increasing your activity levels a little bit, so you get that, so you burn off the calories and it gives you that deficit at the end of the day. Yep, cool. Okay guys, so is fasting for 12 hours worth it? I think yes. I think it definitely is worth it, because it teaches you that discipline like we spoke about before. It's a great springboard onto other things like a 16 and 8 and a 20 and 4, or, you know, OMAD eventually. You know, don't just jump into that. This is something you need to work up to. You know, just go easy, go steady, and don't try and be like these guys and girls you see in the magazines. You know, don't try and chase perfection. Just try and be a little bit better than you were yesterday, and then over the course of 6 months to a year, you know, you're going to have tremendous results. But the only person that you need to be better than is you yesterday. Okay, and a 12 and 12, if you're fasting for 12 hours, that's a great place to start with that, and then you can move up gradually when you feel comfortable and when you feel ready to move up then to a 16 and 8 or a 20 and 4. And if you try a 20 and 4 and it's, you know, it's too much for you, don't like it, come back to a 16 and 8. That's what I do now, and you know, I've had great results with it. So just go steady, you're going to be all right. Just make these small incremental little improvements every day, and over time your results will be incredible. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions for me, leave them down there in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But that's the video. I'm Steve, this is Life of the Whitehouse. Beware the donut goblin, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers guys. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you did like it, please do drop a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more videos, click on the link on the left hand side, and if you've got any questions for me, leave them down there in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But apart from that, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.